All right, guys, we back.
Back.
Gad with Yab, and my main man Rich. What's happening?
That's right, back in effect.
Yeah, man, it's been a while, but a lot of things been happening now, so we're gonna get into this comedy stuff right away.
Man, yes.
Man, the other day, Dave Chappelle had a comedy show, a Netflix comedy show. It's called Netflix Is Not a Joke.
Yeah.
And he had it in L.A., and he was doing his comedy and stuff like that, man. A guy jumped out the daggone audience and attacked him. What's up with that?
Man, what's going on in society, man?
I don't know.
Is everybody like charged up from Will Smith and they just want to just go on stage and hit somebody?
Yeah, I guess it's a domino effect or something, man. It's crazy. Like I said, the guy, what is it, 23 years old?
Yeah.
They don't know what his motive was. He just did that, man. And then he had a knife and a gun.
And a gun, I heard that.
I was like, wow. But he didn't pull it out, but they found it later. They had a knife and a gun. And man, good thing that Dave Chappelle kind of like sidestepped him a little bit.
Right.
And man, his entourage kicked his behind.
Yeah,
bro.
They got him.
They put hands on that boy,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
They had Jamie Foxx there, Busta Rhymes was there.
Yeah.
And he had security.
Right.
So man, them cats took him in the back and bailed on him. And
they taught him a good lesson.
Yeah. You know what Chappelle said? He was like, "Oh, I just got done stomping him." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was funny, man.
Hey, man, it's crazy because society is getting like, things, just more and more things are happening and more absurd things are happening. Mm-hmm. So it's like, now comedians got to worry about that, worry about somebody coming up. Well, if you say something, because, we talked about this about a month ago. We talked about, if someone said something, we were at a show and someone said something to our old lady or whatever, what would we do?
Yeah.
I guess kid didn't see our show.
No, he didn't.
Because we said we would chill or leave if we had to.
Yeah, man. But that was crazy. And I don't know if it happened like in the middle of the show or the beginning of the show, but they said he came back out and finished the show, right?
Yeah.
And then he said that Chris Rock came on. Chris Rock was like, "Was that Will Smith?" And they made a big joke out of it, man. It was cool.
Right.
It was cool. But man, people are getting crazy nowadays.
They are. So what do you think though? Like, so as a comedian, we're not comedians, but just, do you think that they're going to be in fear more, or is that going to limit what they say? Because like Chappelle, man, he says whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He was getting some blowback from the transgender community.
Right.
But he actually had a friend in his stand-up. He talked about that was his friend.
Right.
Transgender. Yeah. And
he even said, what did he say? That was a trans man or something like that.
Yeah, right.
Dave Chappelle don't care, man.
Right.
But I think, it's funny and people may not like what he's saying.
Right.
But it's something to what he's saying.
Right.
It's a message there.
Right.
And like I said, he's not bashing anybody, but I need to go to his show.
Yeah.
Or just look at his show and listen to him and like, well, you know what? This is what I'm getting from it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I don't think he would keep doing it if it was hurting people.
Right. That's the point right there. Mm-hmm. I don't think anything he's doing is intentionally trying to hurt someone.
Right.
And I think he's the type of guy, if he really knew it hurt him, that he might say, okay, well, maybe I'll change it up a little.
Right.
Right. Because even we talked about, it was Daphne was the name of the transgender person, Daphne.
Exactly.
I just thought about that. He said he even talked with Daphne. You know what I mean? They became friends.
Right.
So we joke with friends, joke with one another. Yeah. It is what it is. But I just can't. I'm sure a lot of comedians are nervous.
Yeah.
About what could happen.
I'm thinking, what I was saying that if I was a comedian, or we as comedians, I'm not a comedian, but if I was a comedian, I think what they doing is banding together.
Right.
So somebody like Dave Chappelle is a big time star, bro.
Yeah.
So, you got people like big time rappers watching out for these guys, I think, because they had his show.
Right.
They like him, it's funny. Chris Rock was there. I think Chris Rock, did his show before.
Okay.
So then Dave Chappelle probably was the last one. They were doing it for Netflix.
Okay.
And man, I'm glad they did that. They all came together and bust that dude's behind, man.
Yeah.
You don't do no stuff like that. And that's scary, bro.
Yeah, it is, man.
He could have gotten hurt.
Right.
Now, like you said, is a domino effect going on or what?
And they're going to have to put barriers up and just change. It just seems like every day there's something more happening where you got to be on your guard. You got to be worried about what people are going to do and stuff like that. So for him, man, I mean, we go back to the stuff when he did the show, and he's a very interesting guy.
Yes, yes.
And it doesn't seem like someone, because even like that, they call it the woke community, and all these people.
They say this guy was a part of that community, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But even them, say, okay, well, man, we don't want you making in front of transgender. Okay, so you could say that and talk to them, but to take it to that level?
Yeah, to hurt somebody. I don't think that was necessary. He doing his job, man.
Right.
Dave Chappelle and all his comedians, they got a job to do, just like you and I have a job to do.
Exactly.
If you trying to take away their job, that's their livelihood. They can't feed their family.
Right.
If you trying to tell them not to be funny.
Right.
Or pick and choose what topics you're going to be funny about.
Right. He can say this, but he can't say that.
Nah, that's all free game.
Yeah.
It's jokes, bro.
Yeah. Comedians, they should have the right to say whatever they want.
Right.
And if they offend someone, then they deal with it.
Yeah, they got a platform.
Yeah.
And it's all jokes. They make people laugh regardless what they talking about.
Right.
People laugh, man. And it ain't like if you don't want to go to his show, don't go to his show.
Exactly.
It's freedom of speech,
right.
freedom of press, freedom. You got a right to do whatever you want to do. Don't go see the man.
That's it, man.
Why would you go there to criticize him, then you get pissed, and now you want to throw a bottle at him or something like that?
Right.
That ain't right.
No. And why do you want to attack the man? And a lot of comedy, a lot of it is based in facts and truth.
Yes, bro. So he just saying it in a comedic way.
Right.
That's why I say it's definitely a message in that transgender thing.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it when I was at home. And what he trying to do, he's trying to hone in on something that people still ain't getting.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think what Dave Chappelle is really saying is let's go back to the origin of it, the originality.
Yes. Right.
Man and woman.
Right.
But they got everything else together, and I'm not trying to piss nobody off, but you got to go back to where it all started.
Right.
And I think that's what Dave Chappelle is doing.
Yeah.
And maybe he's having a good time or comedically talking about this other thing that's been incorporated into it, the third bathroom and all that type of crap. And another thing I heard too, bro. I was listening to TikTok and I heard this lady. She was trying to identify herself with I forget what Will Smith's son is. He's
it was like non-binary or something like that.
Non-binary. Now, what does that mean? You tell the folks what that means. If the person don't know what that means.
Well, what I believe I know it to be is that there's a such thing as like non-binary and gender fluid, which means you could go from back and forth to man to woman. But non-binary means they could identify basically as they're not stuck to any one thing, so neither male nor female.
Now I'm confused. You get what I'm saying?
I might be off a little on that, but that's the basis of it.
I think that's the gist of it.
So I could say, I come here and say, they say, well, when the applications on the job and stuff, you put a male, female, and then now they got the other ones.
Right.
It's a non-binary. I don't know what I want to. I'm just me. I'm not male nor female.
Now, okay, now that's funny to me. Not saying it's funny.
Right. You're not making fun of
nobody, but to make sense of that.
Right.
Things have to make sense.
Yeah.
Now, who is coming up with these things, these names and these terms? I mean,
see, that's the reality, and that's the thing that people are kind of scared to touch and say, because you don't want to, upset one group or another. Right. Hey, man, we've been getting stomped on for hundreds of years.
Right.
And when I wake up, I'm a black man.
Black man.
That's what I am.
Yeah.
Now, the next man might say he's non-binary, but when he go out and if he look like me and he's outside and the police pull him over,
as a man. He'll be a black man, not a black binary man.
Right.
Even
that ain't gonna save you.
Yeah, that ain't gonna save you. Still going to jail. Black binary man. You going to jail.
Exactly.
You are in.
Right.
To them.
Exactly.
And I hate to say it.
Right, but that's the reality.
You can change it around. Okay, now getting back to the non-binary thing, Rich. What do you mean by saying he can be what is he? He's identified as something one day, and he can identify as something else another day. Is that illegal?
They're trying to make it legal because they're putting it on. Yeah, they're putting it on like, so people don't feel like they're being discriminated. Because like I can walk in here and say, hey yo Larry, I'm a woman. I identify as a woman. So now you got to treat me like I'm a woman and address me, and she and
right. Yeah.
Miss.
I'm trying to figure it out, you guys. I'm trying to figure it out. And
so, like, it's hard, man, to comprehend. I think.
Right, it is.
It's hard to comprehend because it's so many people now. It seems like that it's not so much a popular thing, but it's occurring more and more.
It's almost common.
Right. And you got to be careful how you talk to people because people may become insulted and you don't even realize it.
Right. And that's what's going on here in the workplace.
Yeah.
That's why they put in place the them, they type thing.
Yeah, the pronouns.
So, right. So you won't offend nobody.
Right.
But I don't know, man.
Because there was I thought she was a girl, but they said, call me they.
Right, because that's what, if you don't know what they are and they ain't told you, you need to, like you say, you need to address them as they.
They,
I haven't ran across that yet.
Right. It's weird when you first encounter it.
Right. I haven't ran across that yet, but I've seen it, on the computer saying, what it's saying, if by chance you run across that, they, blah, 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 blah. Them or whoever, and I gotta do it, man.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's gonna be hard for me, but that's different. That's a different thing in society. That just happened. What, 2 years ago?
Recently, in the last 2 years,
so people gotta get used to that.
Yeah, because and I think that some people are angry that it's not happening fast enough. So those people are the ones that kind of react differently, and they you might say, hey man, you see somebody, a guy you think's a guy, and you say, hey man, and they want to get you fired because you called them a man. I'm a girl. Don't call me a man. Yeah. But he might be 6'2", and
right. What I'm supposed to think,
right.
I'm looking,
right.
But because you don't really think like that quick, until somebody say something or. You might deal with something as you see it.
Exactly.
Okay, well, all right, maybe. But if you don't see it, your mind ain't gonna think that way. Unless somebody pull your coattail and say, hey, that person
likes to be referred to
as a woman,
exactly,
or a man,
exactly,
whatever, or the binary thing. That was my first time hearing this.
Yeah, that's more. And like I said, that's what I know of it, but I haven't really studied it, man. I just. Now with people I say, hey.
How you doing?
And leave it at that.
I ain't saying nothing about who they are, what their name is, or what they, categorize themselves as, because and it's like that's different than me. Right. Because a non-binary, how you just gonna go from flip-flop?
Right.
Does it have anything to do with sex or sexual nature or sexual parts?
They say it doesn't. Okay,
it's just what this individual is feeling at the time?
Yeah, or what they believe, what they believe they are, like it's not all related to sex, man. Which is the other part.
That's what I don't get either. I mean, if you relating to something, then what are you saying? It ain't all about no sex change or anything like that.
Right. A lot of them don't have sex changes, and then they may be transgender. They may dress a certain way, but they may not have had the full gender reassignment where they become a female or become a male.
Right.
I don't know how. Man,
we both learn on the fly.
It's a learning process, and we're not disrespecting anybody.
No, we're not.
We're trying to understand it. See, that's the thing. Mm-hmm. People have to give you space to understand and to learn.
Right.
But the only thing I disagree with is that they try to wrap it into with blacks and say, well, it's like I'm black. It ain't the same.
No, that's not the same. That's not the same. It's not the same. Because
you want your civil rights. Right. My civil rights as a black man are much different than your civil rights to say you're a woman if you're born a man.
If you choose to, to me, that's making more problem for yourself.
Right.
Whereas I was born with the problem.
Right.
If looking at it from
society, yeah, they look at us.
Right.
And that's what they see.
That's another thing.
Right.
In itself.
Right.
Disrespect or black folk treated wrong and have been treated wrong for years.
Right.
So now you trying to add something else to some other type of people on the side over here, which I don't think fit the description.
Right.
Now you're dealing with something else, entirely different.
Right. And they're pushing it on younger and younger people, man.
Yeah.
I don't get that because these kids now in 6th and 5th grade talking about they're not boys, they're girls, or they're girls that were born girls.
Who teaching them that, bro?
Right.
So they've been taught that. I was told. I heard that. What's the basketball player name? Dwayne Wade was going around teaching homosexuality to kids. Did you hear that?
I didn't hear that. I know his son, his daughter.
Yeah. It is his daughter.
His daughter now, is really
identifies as a woman
and is really prominent out there, and
as a girl.
Yeah, and he said I heard him on the radio say he used to wear his sister's clothes when he was younger. Dwayne himself said he used to wear his sister's clothes when he was younger. Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
He was on. He was being interviewed by someone. I'm not sure what it is. I'll look at it and send you the link. But he said, so, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It's tough,
I don't know either. And we as, I got this show where we trying to bring it to people and bring it to you guys the best way we can.
Exactly.
But hey, a lot of time it takes time for us to understand different things. If you guys got any information, put it in the comments and talk to us about it. Yeah. We definitely, I'll listen and we'll give you feedback or whatever. But it's different.
Right.
The world is changing, man. Right. Whether it's for the good or for the bad, I really can't say.
And we want to be respectful.
Right. I don't want to disrespect
We're not disrespecting anyone, and we don't think negatively about them. We just don't understand it.
Right.
And that's the thing. You can have a conversation without bashing or wanting to, say it's wrong or it's bad. We just want to know what it's about.
What it's all about. Now, and that's a good show. That'll be another show, so we can get somebody that's would say
we know someone.
We do know
someone that dresses.
Yes. So I don't know what that person thinks about that type of thing.
That would be interesting.
Right. So that's another show.
Yeah.
And I would love to do that because that way we can hear from that particular person.
Right.
They will, we'll understand it and they will break it down to us. And anybody out there that don't know will understand it. Because right now,
because we're not the only ones that are unclear about what's going on.
Of course, bro. Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
We're more the norm than there's more people like us don't understand it and want to. So
that's why. But I'm out here talking about it.
Right.
Because you got to talk about it.
You have
to talk about it.
Because it's in your face.
Yes. So you got to figure because there's no need to try to shut it off or quiet it down, hide it.
Right.
It's out there.
Yeah.
Like I said, Dave Chappelle talks about it prevalently.
Right. And he did. I mean, it was a big piece of his last.
Last
special he had.
And Netflix is letting it go.
Right.
Because now it's a part of life. Yeah. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So the man can talk about who he want to talk about, but I just don't want to see him get hurt.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Really, wrapping it up and bringing it back to Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody should feel threatened when they go out and do their job.
No, he shouldn't.
And that's his job.
You're right.
And they should be able to do their job without fear of being attacked or
being killed
and canceled and
stuff like that. Yeah, man.
But people say things sometimes that, and sometimes you do go too far.
Of course.
But it still doesn't mean that someone should attack you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. You got to have more self-control than that. Because now they say that individual might not be, no charges may be pressed on him. Because they said the particular not the investigator, but the, you know what I want to say, the guy that's, the district attorney, the DA, is known for doing low bails or none at all.
Okay.
So his bail was set at $30,000.
Right.
But they said they wouldn't go and press charges on him.
Okay.
So this cat might go free.
Right.
Whether they doing it, I don't know why they doing it, or maybe they may be saying, well, he got his just due and he got his behind kicked. Yeah. But they did a job on him.
Yeah.
So they put him in the hospital and he wasn't charged with anything, and he was in the rain, right? I don't think so.
I haven't heard it.
They said last thing I heard was he may be set free.
No.
You know, and it might not be no bail set, and they may just squash it, I guess.
Well,
what do you think about that? That wrong or right? That man attacked somebody.
yeah, he attacked somebody in front of an
millions
audience.
Of people. So they got witnesses. So Dave Chappelle got witnesses,
right?
And they never said that Dave Chappelle wasn't going to press charges,
right? And because that's the thing, if you get away with that,
right,
then that makes the next man say, "Oh, okay,
yeah, oh, I'm gonna get him too."
This guy Charlie over here in L.A. got away with it, so now he's in South Carolina somewhere, and then they jump on the stage.
Somebody gonna do it again
to another comedian.
I went to a show last weekend, man, with Tracy Morgan.
Oh,
and thank God nothing didn't happen.
Right.
But they were checking you and wanting you and stuff like that. So how this guy he just fell through the cracks.
Right. Knife and a gun.
Yeah. And they said this was some type of outside venue, so people had coolers and everything.
Oh, okay.
That's what they said. Some type of somewhere out in LA, some type of venue, kind of outside, in a pavilion.
Yeah.
But Tracy Morgan that I went to he was at the Wilbur, and it was a good time.
Yeah,
we had a good time.
Yeah, he's a funny guy, man.
Oh my God, he's hilarious, man. We laugh hard.
Yeah.
Laugh hard, man. But getting back to Chappelle again, like I said, that guy, I haven't heard anything about he's going to press charges.
Okay.
Dave Chappelle, so
he's a reasonable guy, man. And
maybe he thought it was funny.
He probably said, "Okay, well, he got his behind whooped. He won't do that no more."
Right. That's what I think. That's what I think. Dave's all about.
Right.
Justified.
Right.
We kicked his butt.
Right.
So hopefully they'll learn a lesson. The next man come on board. But I just hope next time, whatever happens, nobody will actually pull the trigger.
I know.
Or something like that,
do
man.
something.
Because
it could be worse.
Yeah. You do not want that. Then now people ain't don't want to go outside for comedy again.
Right.
Just this whole COVID thing. We just getting back out, just getting to have fun, and people gonna mess it up.
I know.
Come on, man. Come on.
Wow.
But we got to do better, man. Regardless of what it is and what's going on in the world, we gotta maintain some type of sanity.
We have to.
And keep things in a proper perspective, regardless who it is. Comedy.
Yep.
Is people with different genders, different groups and stuff like that. We all, got to respect each other.
We got to coexist.
At the end of the day, we're humans.
Yep. We got to coexist and on this country.
Yep.
In this world.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
That's definitely why I'm glad we come up with this topic.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have.
And we're not afraid to to ask questions.
No.
And be challenged.
Yeah. If you guys want to challenge me, you know where I'm at. Gab with Yab.
Yeah.
You got my YouTube down there. You got my YouTube channel. You guys can comment and we can talk. If you guys want to come on the show, get in touch with me. We can get you on the show, and we can talk about different things. It don't have to be this. It can be anything.
Exactly.
We offer anything, right, Rich?
That's right, man.
All right.
Absolutely.
And once again, it's a good show for tonight. This is Gab with my man Rich. Peace out.
Peace out. Man, I'm so glad we're back, man.
Yeah.